Welcome back.
Yes, sir.
What we got? Episode 18, Ign'ant Sports.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. So that was a crazy day we had of games. It was a while ago. We didn't really get to talk about it too much, but that's almost the fun of it. Is I will go back and watch. It's like, so what happened again? Because I've watched a bunch of games since then, or I've watched a few.
Right.
My YouTube TV doesn't capture every game like I was hoping. So I remember the day of I was able to watch the Philly Knicks game. So I saw that one pretty much live, and then I've watched a few games post then. So I've been watching some NBA. I've definitely been watching some NBA, but I'm caught up on most of these games, honestly, tonight, right before we started recording. Like, I wrote down the scores and the totals and the over-unders and all that, and like what actually happened.
Yeah, where the hell? Oh, where's my scoreboard at? Yeah, there were some interesting games and to see, and still trying to learn about new players. I just think about that, like,
Yeah. Yeah, a lot.
I'm just like these old ones. Some of them are on my team. They're doing bad, and others, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's bittersweet for you right now because you had a really good week in our game, but your boys did not have. They ain't been looking so hot. Although they did beat. I remember I was watching. It must have happened after we bet our games, but they played Golden State. Oh my God, that game was painful. That game was painful, bro. Because I'm watching the whole game. They're up by seven. Then it's like, and it's tied, and I'm like, game over. As soon as it was tied, I'm like, game over.
All right.
That was a hard one because I was obviously rooting for the better California team to win.
Right. Exactly.
I forget what else I watched. A few of the games, all the Ja Morant highlights.
Yes, I that guy. I don't know if you had seen, because I hadn't been keeping up at least with it injury wise, because all the time I see him, it's always highlight wise.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, we would say like within a week or two worth on one of the highlights where he kind of went down. I think on his, not on his knee, but like kind of touched on his knee, I think, or something. And there was somebody was just like in the comments like, isn't he always going down like every other game? Like like it's an act. Like, you know, like,
I mean, he's pretty explosive, so I'm not really surprised.
And I'm like with that comment, I'm just like, maybe it is like kind of a like this is
a better Derrick Rose, but like still has some of those potential.
Yeah. I
say better as in like he's not. Because Derek he wouldn't stop, man. Like, he was on 10, like, he'd run onto the court, wouldn't stop running. But Ja's he's explosive like a sprinter.
Yeah, that. But what I was going to get at is that, about the injury part, like maybe it is legit, like, where he's just, like, you know, trying to be explosive every time, and it's just like any sports game, especially like a basketball and football, it's wear and tear, like, eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like, you're all young, but not for so long.
Yeah, man,
like,
that cartilage in them knees, it ain't forever.
Right. So it's like, you know, you gotta try to pace himself, you know, like a LeBron, like, you know, pretty much injury free most of his career. And still hopefully have that explosive while he still has it in his legs.
Unlike my man Jason Tatum, who's been putting up 40s recently, he ain't going slow anytime.
Nah.
We just need a deeper roster than like seven would be good. Deeper than like 4.5 players that can actually carry it.
Exactly. Yeah, that definitely.
Because like past Horford, I don't know really what we got. Like, we got Smart, Horford, Brown, Tatum, and gets pretty far off there. Very little bench, but top 5 is not bad. Gotta start there somehow, I guess.
Yeah, everybody has a rebuild phase, so.
Yeah, we've been on ours, man.
So the question is how long?
Yeah, I know, right? It's been too long for us, man. I think you were talking before, like, what has been like 13 years or something. Celtics won.
Yep,
that's too damn long. I think that's the longest in our history since like our first championship, like since we won one. Because I think they won one at least every like 10 years is the longest.
Yeah, probably.
So do you want to start off in your amazing week? I mean, real quick, I'm not sure if you had the scores. I wrote these scores down, man. You went 11-2-0. Did you have that written down? Did you know that you went that fantastic?
I did not know.
Yeah, man, you got the bonus on that one. You got the this and the that. So you went 11-2-0. I went 5-7-0. So that puts you in the lead. You even bumped me out of the lead because first week you were 8-7-0. I was 12-4-0. So I was like, all right, I'm feeling pretty decent about this.
Right.
And now you're 19-9-0. And I'm 17-11-0. So not by too much, but it was definitely enough. So it's 2 games. You're up by 2 games now.
Right.
But yeah, some of these, like not all of them, because when I was counting them, I was like, man, how do they get these over-unders like to the nose? But then some of them were really off, like by a bunch. I was like, all right. But yeah, you want to start with the what was it, the Charlotte and
Charlotte?
What was it? Cleveland, yeah. Because they go in a different order than we go, but that's all good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had to look for it in my notes. I was just like CH, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. So what was that? Over 290? Can I do math?
Yeah. So so that's a good way to. Okay. So yeah, you had Charlotte by 3.5. So they won. So they won straight up. So that was so they didn't even need that. You missed on the over, which was one of your 2 misses in the whole day.
Exactly. Yeah.
So and you missed it by 1.5. So that was one of those. Exactly. So that was one of those games where I was like, "Damn! I can't believe he actually missed it, but I needed you to miss that." But you got Hornets with the win, which is good. One of those calls where it's like, I got one to ask you about later. It's like I need to you need to give me your thought process on this call. Like I don't know how you made that, but this one, you can see that happening because Cleveland's a little sorry.
I'm pretty sure I probably told you like at least for sure picking the Charlotte.
Mm-hmm. Big Charles
because of Bell. Yeah, because Ball, Scary Terry,
and Zion ain't back yet, right? Oh no, he's on New Orleans. Damn, I'm confusing all those off-brand teams.
I think we did that again, where we was like, I started to get us confused with because when I think of New Orleans, I put that with the Hornets. Mm-hmm.
Because they're down there and they changed their name recently and they changed it to a bad name recently. So yeah, no, we'll get to him later.
Oh dang, they did that without Hayward too. Yeah, in this. But yeah, and I touched on Scary Terry, Ball. Just seeing it, a true Ball didn't even do much. Actually, really just Terry.
He stood out there apparently for 8 minutes.
Me. And Bridges. So hey. Oh yeah, and then which I was going to touch on the other part. I would say like the X factor, the 6 man off the bench, Kelly, who I think had recently, for sure, Golden State. If not, Golden State was before whatever team he just came from. So
IAS, man. Hashtag Ign'ant Sports.
Yeah. I'm still gonna be, even though we'll go over it probably during these segments and going over the history again to see, because in our memories we'd be like, I remember you on this team, and they'd be like, it's been a whole good year.
Oh damn, Yahoo's got the heat map from like where they shot and missed from on this too, man. I should have been on Yahoo last week. This is way better. You get to see where every shot was from.
I see that. That seems definitely different.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
That's beautiful. You get to see the whole damn game right here.
Yeah.
All right, so
all players.
This is exactly what we were talking about off camera too, man. Like if we could get this moving, that would basically be the game. But even this alone right here, though, was very nice to see. Like from the perimeter, from the paint, like the mid range.
Yeah, exactly. They took some deep threes. To Cleveland for sure took some deep threes.
That's funny. If you look at this, they didn't. What you call it? So Hornets, they didn't make a single shot because they took them, but they didn't make a single shot that wasn't either in the paint, right on the line. Because they took a few mid ranges. They took 4 mid range shots and they missed all of them. So they either made them from beyond the arc or down low.
Yeah.
Honestly, both teams pretty much the same deal.
Yeah.
Cavaliers only made 2 from inside that weren't considered, I guess you can consider the one that's kind of close to the free throw line of the third one.
In the mid-range, the mid-range,
But even then, but if you're near the paint, I consider you almost in the paint. Like if you can even touch that, I don't know what you call that box that's around, because there's a paint, which is I guess you can't stand in there for 3 seconds. I don't know what that second box is though. Oh, I guess that's where the players stand on when the free throw. Okay, I'm sure that's all that means. guess, right?
They stand in between, the first line and then the second line that's closer to the 3-point is what I'm getting at too. What you're saying. But I always felt like
we'll call that the mid-range box. That's like between those two boxes. That's like the mid-range, the official mid-range shot.
Exactly, because in reality, I always thought maybe it was the paint. I knew like inner like was the paint, but I was like,
right,
is it the paint?
There's almost like that little like if you're playing tennis, there's like that little zone that you would only use if you're playing doubles. It's like, nah, that's fault. Nah, we're playing doubles, bro. Get out of here.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So so it's something I guess you could look out to see. Like,
I'm pretty sure that's only got to be like, players you can't stand beyond that when they're doing the free throw or something like that. Whatever. But
we'll just give it a see if it's like. My thing is if it's considered with the paint, like it's.
I don't think it is, man. I think only the dark area is considered the paint.
Right, just
the painted area. Because that would be the part that has like the color in it.
Exactly. But yeah, I guess I just always put them together.
No, for real, same. But looking at it now from this exact perspective, it's like, I guess there is a zone between the paint and that. And what is that? Yeah. And it's like,
hey, what is that?
No man's land.
Yeah.
Honestly, because if you're down there, bro, you're getting banged. Because that's kind of like where you got to go between almost. Like you hang out to not get your 3-second violation. You're almost like hanging out in that little area. So yeah, you're definitely weaving and bobbing in there.
Yeah. And then on Cleveland's side, nice to see Darius. This one name does look familiar. To have 33 to pick up the slack, because you never know what kind of Kevin Love you're gonna get in. They got a 7-point Kevin Love, so he's looked like he might be the future, at least from my knowledge.
I was like, can I click on Kevin Love? I want to click on Kevin Love, see how old he is, because Kevin Love is my age. I feel like he's been in the league for so long. Even looking at Kevin Love, he's got like gray hair in his picture here, and he is younger than me. Like he has not had his 34th birthday yet. That's funny, but he's definitely lived more by virtue of how much he's had to do on the court.
Exactly.
Cavalier's got the discount Dean Wade.
Is he?
I forgot Isaiah Thomas is on Hornets.
Oh, Dean Wade, that's hilarious.
We just played Hornets, and I was seeing Thomas looking all salty on the bench.
Oh yeah,
I think we smacked him up pretty hard too, if I remember correctly. Celtics did, like maybe a few nights ago.
You saying smacked up
the Hornets, but because Thomas, you remember Isaiah Thomas on the Celtics?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I think he's still a little salty about that when I just saw they cut to him and he's just like, like.
Yeah, I would imagine because I feel like. I was thinking that was where he kind of blew up, and that's why we ended up picking him up when we could, because it was like, all right, if we could get that same IT,
yeah,
we ain't got to ball out like that, because he had career high, like what?
Blew up is like a good way to word it, but at the same time, it was like blew up is actually a great way to word it, because he was a ticking time bomb, man. Like the blew up was great, but I just feel like there was no way that he was gonna remain hot. It was like a Jeremy Lin type situation, so I felt like when the Celtics moved on him, I was like, all right, cool. Like, that's perfect. That's the perfect Bill Belichick move to, like, not pay them more than what they are worth, but what they feel they deserve. Like, everyone wants as much as they can possibly get, but very rarely are they worth as much as they end up getting, I would say, in most experiences. I mean, there's a lot of times players don't get what they are worth. That's absolutely true, but a lot of times when people are paid, you're like, there's no way they should be getting that much.
Yeah, definitely, and I felt that because it was like I said, it was like it blew up. It was like, who are you?
Exactly.
Like, well,
he's shorter than me, bro. Like I don't know.
He's not really per se was trying to be the face of the franchise, but for sure, like I'm gonna be one of those guys to go to. While we figure that out. But yeah, best of luck with him. Like, because I don't think we didn't win with him, if I'm not mistaken. To be in search still.
But yeah, we're actually we're moving at a snail's pace, so which is how we always do, man. We could talk about one game for half an hour, but we better move on to Indiana versus Orlando.
Yep. Just
to keep the show rolling. So I think that was mine. Oh my god, bro! I had everything wrong on this one. Literally everything wrong. XXX. So Orlando, I had by 2. They lost by 8. I had the over/under was under 232. It was 236, and then I had Orlando to win, and they lost. So they suck. I was just taking them because I liked Orlando, and I will not do that again. Just all willy-nilly. and I didn't never really liked the Pacers that much. So I'm just looking now and I'm seeing like this is like what you were saying before. Man, I got no idea who any of these players are, man.
Yeah, and when I look at this, I on the Orlando side, just the Mo Bamba.
Yeah, but he's got to be old, bro. He's got to be old. 98, dude. He's 90. Oh, he's born 98. Who am I thinking of then? I guess I don't know. Maybe his name just confused me with somebody else.
Yeah, I think somebody else. Which I can think of on top of my tongue. And is this the same Terrence Ross I was on the Toronto? It sure is. So,
aside from mobile, I literally don't recognize a single name, and I didn't even account for him because I figured he was just some older player who I recognized from like being in the league forever. So I'm almost like he's on his way out. Doesn't count.
Bro, has it been that long?
True.
Terrence Ross been on Orlando since 2017-2018 season. It seemed like it was not just yesterday, but more like by yesterday I mean like 2018 at least. I would have gave him 2018-19, but dang, okay.
So a lot of mid-range shots from Orlando. You got like 7, 8. That's crazy. And you have a lot of attempts too from Indiana. Just not a lot of makes. You have a lot of misses from the mid-range. That's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to get on them in coaching and practice. I honestly don't really recognize anyone in Indiana either.
Yeah, with them, just only the Buddy Hield.
Wait, Lance Stevenson is back on Indiana? What year is this?
Exactly.
Welcome to
I think we might have touched on that.
Yeah, he was.
Last episode.
Oh, I forgot to even mention to you, but I corrected it in the video itself that it was Roy Hubbard, not Hibbard.
Oh, was I saying Hibbert?
No, I did actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm literally forgetting it right now, and I have to like. I think it's Hubbard. And I said Hibbert.
Yeah. Well, at least I agree with you, but let's see.
And I can't believe it, man. This is how bad my memory is. I literally edited it into the last video. Yeah, Roy Hubbard, and I said Hibbard. But we were talking about him and what was it, George before he moved.
Paul George. Yep. But that was that franchise.
It's funny, man. Sometimes you just end up all the way back to back to where you started.
Yeah. So Malcolm Brogdon, that kind of dude.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar, but other than that,
nah, man, that's just you're just confusing him with the other with the Bogdanoviches. We are definitely in the timeline with Bogdan Bogdanovic, and Bojan Bogdanovic, all in the league. So yes, keep track of those names.
All right, and I just clicked on Jalen Smith, and I'm like, nah, you don't look familiar.
Because I was thinking Jaylen Brown, and then I was thinking like, who's the Smith that I was thinking? I don't know. I guess there's not a basketball Smith.
J.R. Smith is.
Oh yeah, J.R. Smith. Yep, absolutely. Yep. It's like we've heard those names before, but not together.
Definitely not together.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to keep track of these teams because this is gonna be one of those ones where it's like, okay, well they got Ricky Rubio injured, so we've heard of him. He's definitely a player who's played basketball. Miles Turner has played basketball.
Yep. T.J. Warren.
Robin Lopez. Okay. He just didn't play though. He wasn't injured. They were just like, "Yeah, you suck, bro."
Yeah.
Does Brooke Lopez still play? I assume if Robin's still in the league, then Brooks. I mean, they were young. They're not that old.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing I was going to touch on the Orlando, which is Markelle Fultz. You heard of that one?
Maybe. He's newer. He was.
Yeah. Fewer, I was like, he was kind of like a
hot draft pick a few years ago. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, first pick. Because I was like, if he wasn't first pick, he was like for sure first round, like within top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
But now he's on the bench doing. 11 points on the bench, better than 0. 15 minutes in the game, more than I played.
Definitely that. I couldn't remember if it was Orlando who drafted him or Sixers, but I see it's Sixers. So yeah, now he's on his new team for 3 years now. I'm going on 3.
Because I lost all 3 on this one because we don't know all the players. We want to move on to the next game.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's go. I lost on this one too. I think one of the 2, but or was it 2? Yeah, it was one of the 2. I thought I lost 2 of them on the Knicks Philly. because I was watching this one live, and I remember. Here's the thing I heard about this one too, man. I'm not sure if you've seen any of this game or was watching it. You can just tell by the box score here coming up on the first, second, third quarter. But Knicks were in this, man. Knicks were in it. They were winning. I was like, all right, good, because it's exactly how I needed to go. I need Knicks to be up early, and then for them to give it up, and then for Philly to win, because that's exactly how I called it. I was like, I want them to win by 6 or 7 points, but then they gave it up by too much, unfortunately. But fortunately, they did put up enough points to be in the lead to cover the over. So I think I had New York plus 10.5. They lost by 15. So
Yep.
The over/under was 223. I called the over, and that was 231. So let's go on that.
Yep.
And then I called New York to lose as well, which they did do. I was expecting that because 76 have been red hot, man. This is the last game of theirs I've seen, so I'm assuming they're still red hot. I'm not sure what they've been doing the past couple days.
Right.
But the new James Harden
right. So
was crushing them.
And I can't remember if we touched about that. If we had said this would be his first game with them.
Yeah.
That had happened just recently.
Well, no, it was his first home game. It was his first home game. It
would have been his first home game.
Yeah, he had already played, I think, 2 road games prior to this.
For sure, there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And he was hot with them already. So he'd already dropped, I think, 2 30s.
Yeah, and I want to say he still is because I was catching some highlights somewhere.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And I remember seeing, or at least what it looked like, it was him celebrating. So
yeah.
I don't think they would really be showing him celebrating if he lost, unless he had a triple-double that day, or something. And I was just like, kind of whatever.
But
it's good to see though.
This is a tough game.
Yeah, it's like he did his thing, him in Embiid, you expect to come through. Tobias, I would expect to be the third on this, but it actually was this Tyrese guy, which that is not familiar.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Tyrese either. They got Thibault. He's been around. I feel like he used to be on the Bulls, maybe Chicago. I don't know.
Let me see what it says like.
Oh, will it tell us his past teams on here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just click on their name, and he's been. Yeah, he's been on Philly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For 3 years. But yeah, him face don't look familiar. You know what's crazy? So you guys drafted him, but then maybe it was a immediate trade.
I was gonna say I don't remember, but then again, these last few years, if he's a recent player, then it's been my dark zone.
Yep. But yeah, it says 2019 draft, but it says for his career totals from 2019 season to 2020.
Bro, why do I feel like Danny Green's on every team when I look up a team? I feel like he's been on 7 teams already.
he's been getting.
I know he's been on 7 teams already, but I mean, like, currently, whenever we look up a roster, I'm like, all right, that's where Danny Green is. All right, that's where Danny Green is.
All right.
So finally, Danny Green, but he's not the current Danny Green, or he's the shell apparently. 6 point, 1 minute.
Yeah.
20 minutes though.
He was kind of like he might have had a little bit more with us, know, but this is what he turned into. He hasn't been the 76ers Danny Green, on a cool minute.
That's unfortunate. He was also one of my favorite players to watch back in the San Antonio days.
Yep, it's definitely unfortunate.
That's crazy. This bench didn't look like it did nothing, man. Bench put up 6, not even 21 points, man, for the whole bench. And for Philly,
yeah, right.
And in the game, they had 123. So,
yeah, right. Yeah, the New York's bench did just a little bit more. They
got over 30 though. At least they got I think 31. I looked at real quick. 32.
Yeah,
31?
something like that. It's definitely 20 plus.
Although to be perfectly fair, man, I don't really recognize these starters on the Knicks. Oof. Julius Randle. Yup. Julius Randle.
And I think, is this the Burks from Utah? I think. Yep. So Alec Burks.
Okay. Taj Gibson. There you go on the bench.
He's been here since 2011, and I want to say he was a kind of a piece around the same time Donovan Mitchell was, because that's the star for Utah. But yeah, I guess they seemed like he kind of was like, you're kind of iffy, like you're not worthy of being on our starting five. So
Right.
whenever they shipped him off, and then here he is. Because I think he did have some like he had some good games. Like it wasn't like no real potential to be like I'm an all-star. You know, not superstar at least, but all-star.
Oh, this is sweet, man. You can also drop down by team and just choose if you want to watch just one player. Like if I want to just go say check out all James Harden's shots, it'll show me all those.
Oh yeah, the all players part.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like this thing. But yeah, so it looked like Philly was like the last game. This was a little more in the mid range, that's like the first thing that I go for because it's just such the middle of the court is like the middle class. It's just ever so disappearing. So I was like, all right, well, did they play it all in there? And it's like, oh, okay, they actually did. Because the first team we looked at, the first game that they really didn't.
Yeah. Is either in the paint now or you're at the three.
Exactly.
Yeah, she clear. I don't have all the shots missed. It's a lot of threes missed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you hover the X too, it'll tell you.
It shows you the player. Yeah, it's just a little much when you have like all of them there because like you're trying.
Oh
to
yeah, of course, yeah.
Some little because the hot spots, it's like 5 little things.
Yeah, they try to get exactly where they put him in. Yes.
So makes it I didn't even know, but that they do give you like. I just saw who did it, but they give you the whole time and everything too. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, it'd be. I would like to see if there was like a little like game replay, and it's just like dot like X circle X circle X circle X in real time.
So I decided to hover over the one that in the no man's land name we were talking about, and
Joel Embiid 11-21 in the first.
Randall missed 9-foot turnaround fadeaway along the right baseline.
Oh, you're looking, you're looking at New York. Yep, the one at the very bottom.
Yeah, So
I wouldn't have thought that was 9 feet from the basket.
Exactly right.
Oh, I guess because the basket's right.
It's interesting because you don't. Well, let me.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't have a hoop like you.
Yeah, the hoop is in the back of the line. I assume the hoop would be like kind of right behind where like the clump is, like where everyone is dunking and everything.
Yeah, because like it's like imagine hoop in the middle of the D.
Right.
Like
yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, that's interesting.
That's very cool. But so that was unfortunate for me. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. Yeah. So then you had Sacramento at New Orleans, and that one was New Orleans they were a 5.5 point favorite. The over under was 234.5. So New Orleans ended up winning by over the 5.5 points. So you got that. Oh my God, you got all three in this one. It was under the 234.5. It was only 220, which was crazy. And then you got New Orleans to win. So Sacramento's kind of sorry. So that's not the most shocking.
And that's what I told you. I remember for that over, I was like, I know we're talking about the 200s is the new go-to. Like it's easy to do it. I was like, but 234, I was like,
234 is a big number, yeah.
Like New Orleans can do it on their side, definitely, but Sacramento it's not gonna do their part. And as you see, Brandon Ingram, who's looking like, I want to say it. As soon as he got here, he was gonna be the face, the go-to man.
No, I saw that. I was pretty impressed.
And it's good to see that he still can do these kind of numbers at least. Because now the question is like, how many games has CJ been playing since? Because I forgot this is where CJ went. The bench, Tony Snell sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar, but it's also one of those players that he put up 4 points. So
exactly,
it's like he's one of those ones where if you heard of him, it's like it almost doesn't count.
Yeah, but good job for Najee Marshall holding it down for the bench.
Yeah, exactly. That's some 6-man numbers right there.
Yeah, and then on the Sacramento side, their little 6-man was Jeremy Lamb, which is we know about OKC. And
but I mean Dante DiVincenzo definitely.
Right.
There's a few of these. Harrison Barnes, would he move like 200 miles south? Wasn't he Golden State?
Yep.
Longest time. So, man, that's a pretty big move down. They're like, hey, so they're.
Wait. You said 200? Would it be that much?
I assume. I don't know. Problem, I don't know the geography. I think.
No, because I was like, wait, is he joking? Because I was like, which of him is joke? Because
Sacramento.
I was like,
that's not about 200 miles south of San Francisco.
Okay. You know what? When I think about it, yeah, I guess so.
Bring up
But
Google Maps right now,
no,
bro.
yeah, because I was like,
Bring up
it's they got some distance, but I was like,
bring up Google Maps right now.
I think.
Oh, yeah, I literally don't know where it is. Sacramento is north of San Francisco. I guess I was thinking more like what's in between San Jose, I guess, but even then that wouldn't have been close to 200. So nevertheless, I had the direction wrong. Sacramento is north of San Francisco, and the distance.
Where did you have it going?
I just assumed the Sacramento was like in between LA and San Francisco. I don't know why I assumed that, but I did.
Okay.
Anything above San Fernando Valley, I don't know. I just know that there's a bunch of stuff north of that I've never been
Right.
to.
It's just like, yeah, that.
So they shipped him off north to a not too far to a worse team. Yet still somehow in another world.
So yeah, yes, is yeah, more closer to like the 100-mile mark. Because I was just like, you in the park, but I was just like, I don't really do it. That was not that crazy. But yeah. So it was just like he moved the next town over. That's the way I seen it.
Basically.
But yeah, that's nice. Ring 19, like he had his 6-man moments when he was on Golden State. Fox, I feel like he's been here and there, back and forth, like, because if I'm not mistaken, you were drafted right here. Yeah, he's been drafted here since 2017.
So yeah, I would probably.
February.
I mean, I would say I would keep an eye on some of these players, but I just don't picture myself keeping an eye on too much Sacramento wise. I mean, like looking, they got the top 8. Is the top 8 standings on the side here? Top 9 something. They have. That's weird. They have. It looks like the top 9. Oh, I guess that's the playoffs. They take 9 people into the playoffs. I'm not sure why they're showing top 9 teams. Nevertheless, oh yeah, that's the playoff picture, I guess.
Where are you seeing that though?
Just on the right side of the screen. And I was just because it shows you the East and the West.
Oh, you're saying like
yeah. And I was just looking. I'm like, well, I don't see Sacramento anywhere near here, so we probably can't be talking about them too much. Unless they're going to come up in the picks here and there, but it's not going to be one of those teams that I'll be giving too much attention to when I'm trying to get caught up to the league. I'll be paying more to the Phoenix, trying to learn that entire roster. Milwaukee,
yeah, exactly.
Philly, all these teams.
Because I was gonna say Fifth Pacific, but then I had to remind myself. I was like, yeah, in the Pacific Division, but the Western Conference, I was like, yeah, they probably not. And I do side, and yeah, the fact that New Orleans is, the last one you see on their record is that it's like, yeah, you guys are in the negatives, so okay.
Damn, that's crazy that both you guys and New Orleans would make it in with such abysmal records.
Almost, yeah, right. Almost.
I mean, that's what they're saying, right? They're saying that you guys that's what the playoff picture would be like. I'm assuming.
Well, because it's a total of 10. So we're the 9th and 10th seed right now for the Western Conference.
They take 10. They only wait.
They don't. So
shouldn't the playoffs only be 16, 8 teams from each?
Yeah, but I think just this is just the way Yahoo is.
They're showing you like who's in contention and all that too.
Yeah,
I get you. Yeah.
So it's like, why just only show 2 when? I mean, well, especially that, like, why just show 1 through 8? It'd be different.
Why is the line at 6 though? Did you notice that how it's like it kind of cuts off at like?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's a little weird. Like it implies almost like there's only 6 teams that come in from each, but we know that there's 8.
Yeah,
I don't know. Whatever.
I think that hopefully not.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know why or how they would do that, but like, how could they possibly? But whatever. We'll get there when we get there.
Yep, we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Holiday, I assume, is that Drew's Holiday?
Bro, I thought the same thing, but I wasn't gonna assume. I thought the same thing. Because when you see last names like that, we're talking like last week's episode was all about the brothers, so. Yep. And Holiday's such an uncommon last name too that it's like they got to be related.
All right, it got to be. But yeah, Barnes and Aaron. So good job on them for Aaron still to be coming through. Maybe this is spring. It's looking like it. Like like I say, he looked like if he used to average out all his maybe lasting games, I think from Yahoo, it was like he'd be 20 plus. So he's doing his part.
Nah, good job for nothing else. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
95 points.
It's not enough against a more established starting five.
All right. All
That's for
right.
sure.
We're only at the halfway mark, so let's jump into this Utah Houston action. So that was an overtime win. When I saw that, I was like, "Woo, that's a big score!" But that was an overtime win, so that makes sense to the score. What was that one? So I had got crushed on this one, man. I had Jazz favored by 12.5. Nope, win by 5. So that was a loss. Had the over. I feel like that over. Okay, so what was overtime? So let me just add this up real quick. So overtime was 15. So that's 25.
Yep.
Even if you take the 25 away, I still got the over. So that don't matter. And I had Jazz to win, which was still happening. So 2 out of 3 was whatever. But let's see how Hunterman Mitchell do. 37. Ooh, God, man, that's crazy. 37's a big number. Like anything in the 30s is crazy, but once you get past 35, it's like now that's like big boy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Big boy numbers.
Definitely, and that's what I would expect because
Mm-hmm.
he's got to show that like, thank you for taking a chance on me and still keeping me here.
Yep.
And, I mean, he's gotten them to the playoffs. I think since he's been there, if not for sure, just one time missed. Yeah, and that's funny. He started on the Denver Nuggets. Imagine if he stayed there with Jamal. If he was there and Jamal's there, bitch.
You got
more dangerous, but
little Bogdanovich putting up 18.
yeah, right. And then look at Goldberg going through with a 27.
Right.
I feel like he's one of those like a Derek Favors and Al Horford, like, and you never know, like who you gonna get. Like,
it's Gobert, right? And you were just saying that to be funny. I'm gonna edit this part out. You said Gobert.
Is it
It's French. It's Gobert.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know if you were giving it the Charlotte vibe or.
Oh no, yeah, no, definitely you can keep it all in.
Yeah, that's
I definitely forgot.
I feel you.
Yeah, you definitely keep it all in. I forgot.
That's
so
fine.
yeah, some of these names like. I'm gonna be thinking I said it right again, but
hey man, I did the same thing last week with Hibbert Hubbard. It's easy to
exactly,
especially when you're reading it too. Like, what was it? Healed. Like, of course, like I've heard the name, and then just like you said, like Field, Healed. Like, duh, it makes sense. But like I'm reading it like Heiled.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I know I'm dyslexic, but I was like, I think Field is spelled this way. Like, if you just remove the H.
At least I recognize half the players on Utah.
Yeah, right. It's like it's kind of an old school mixed with some new.
You got Rudy Gay, Hassan Whiteside for the old school. You got some Jordan Clarkson, like we were talking the Lakers.
The Mike Conley.
Mike Conley, up.
That's kind of been his own for like.
I don't know Royce O'Neal. Who's Royce O'Neal?
Yeah, that's one I feel like.
Okay, undrafted, free agent. He's 29.
Yeah, because I was like born '93.
But he put up some numbers, so cool. I think the undrafted free agents are always almost the most like interesting people because they're the ones that no one really believes in, and they have to work the hardest for it. So then, if you make a star out of yourself from that, it's pretty much just as good as being the 199 draft pick Tom Brady status.
Basically, this is the Rudy Gay 2 points, my guy. Some
of these people, they get old, man. Who knows? It's like we were talking. I forget who else we were talking to. Someone else that was like, "Oh, I guess they're just a shell right now." But
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, what are we at? 30? We had 36. Yeah, dang, 36.
But 36 in basketball is like you might as well be 100, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely. Or excuse me, 3 points. Maybe I was looking at his rebounds, and then he didn't play too much, which I guess it's understandable because this team. I feel like this team is pretty much established. Like they got their like good 4 out of 5 starters, and then Clarkson could really be stepped in. But of course, they need him. They need something off the bench.
Right.
So he just has to by default be the 6th man. Like he won the 6th man. So, that's that. I do know it's a white man that I not seeing on here, and he might be injured. But then again, they have the injuries right here.
I only see the one, Jared Butler.
Yeah, no. It's a white man that I'm thinking about. That
Well, between Jared Butler and Juancho Hernan Gomez, I would assume that you have a higher chance of Jared Butler being the white guy.
Oh no.
I'm just
No, but now what I'm trying to get to you is like I clearly remember like what his face looked like, and I know for a fact he's
Yeah.
a white guy because it was like a little segment with him and Clarkson,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, that's why. And the fact that he kind of was like he could have been another six man for them if he wasn't already in starting five,
Yep.
playing like the forward position.
But
But
damn, bro,
it's
this
just maybe.
what you call it? This Rockets roster is looking a little fresh. As in, like, I mean, I know the name. I know Jalen Green. I know Kevin Porter Jr. Wait, who else did I
And then they
see?
got
Okay,
John Wall,
yeah, I was
which
just
I
gonna say they got
forgot.
John Wall who didn't play, so
Yeah,
that's just weird.
yeah, definitely. This looks weird. Like, and they didn't even give him the did not play. Like,
Injury, and yeah, they just said, all right,
yeah,
he
or
was
anything
available, and we just
inactive.
chose to
Like,
not play him. Like he dressed and he sat there, he was
right?
there. John Wall was as valuable as Bruno Fernando, so
Exactly. That's very
sad day.
crazy. And like, I'm about to learn how this whole game log is working.
These could all be not this year, potentially,
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I think. Well, I
especially
guess yeah.
because like
When
April, this, that, yeah, like none of these dates have occurred. Um,
okay, because then I switched it to 21. Like actually, yeah, I
oh,
went to game log in 2021,
oh,
and
okay,
then nothing pops up. So I guess yeah, he's on the team, but not
right.
whatever. He
Yeah,
has
these
40
are all back from
games.
2020.
Yeah,
All these stats.
I guess yeah. I mean, well, yeah, that would make sense. Because when I click on game block and I click on the 2020 part and I switch to 2021, so yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully whenever he come back,
Right.
he definitely is gonna be. That's a good question. I don't know. Is he gonna have to be like a Carmelo and be like, you ready to take your seat on the bench? Because you're getting to the 30s, if I'm not mistaken, 30 or
Yeah,
30s.
32.
Yeah. So we got our young guys, Jalen Green for sure ain't sitting down for nobody. And then Kevin Porter Jr. is going to be a toss up. You got the rock paper scissors or something. It does.
I mean, he'll probably
So
take what he can get, honestly. Like, when you don't play
and
for a
he
full
better.
plus year,
He
like,
better.
he didn't play for all of 2021. Like, that's 2 regular seasons.
Yeah, and then KJ Martin, which I think is the son of Kenyon Martin, but don't quote me on that.
Okay.
You remember Kenyon
Yeah,
Martin?
yeah. No, I
Remember?
think you're right. I definitely think you're right.
Yeah, and I
Yep.
feel like I've seen him
I've
in
heard that
news
before.
recently. But yeah, even though wait, who won again? Yeah, even though he brought his points a game, but it just wasn't enough because that Utah starting five is pretty looking really starting. We might as well starting six.
Mm-hmm.
Or really, I should say the starting five and five being truly Jordan Clarkson instead of this Royce guy. They brought it and it was just enough. So yeah,
I was just looking at Dennis Schroeder's out. Only other name that I really recognize on the bench /
yeah, right.
Houston.
Yeah, when we talk, Eric Gordon. Remember him?
I only recognize Aaron Gordon. I didn't even know there was an Eric Gordon. Like, I saw it and I was like, well, he must be another brother.
No, so no, definitely not.
No, they ain't related.
I'm pretty sure not because
I honestly don't even know what any of them look like. It could have just been completely two opposite looking dudes.
Yeah. So she's
funny.
he's a short man, but definitely taller than me. So he's 6'3".
NBA though.
Yeah, he's been
NBA that's
huh?
average size.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's what I was gonna get at. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, short.
Right.
But yeah, he's been since 2008, and it was most of his career was Clippers. So I was like, yeah, if you hadn't, or take it back. What, was it really only 3 years? Wow. And then 3 years felt like forever. Because I know he had got traded after that, but I thought it was directly to Houston, but apparently New Orleans. Okay. Well, yeah. So he was kind of key player back in Clippers, but obviously that was a whole 20,000 years ago.
Want to move on to Miami at Milwaukee?
Yep. Dang, 1-1.
I think that was 1-1. So that was another hard one for me. I had Bucks 4.5. They couldn't even cover that, so that was a tough loss. This one was not a what you call it. this was not one of those close ones. The point total was 227.5. It ended up being 239. So that's a little off. Had Bucks to win, so got lucky there by a point, I guess. So that was nice.
So, yeah, and I could see the over on this one because I
232. Sorry, what was the number? 220. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, 227 points. Or 0.5 is a little low.
I would have. Yeah, I would have took the chance because the fact that when we clearly know like Bucks starting five can bring it, do their part.
I forget about Miami, honestly.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, but I don't blame you because it's like, I know Jimmy, I know Bam was there, and Duncan.
I mean, I honestly just forget that I remember that Lakers won the bubble year all the time, but I only got reminded that Miami lost it like, a few days ago. I'm like, oh my god, that was the team that they beat. It's just they didn't. They're not one of those teams that you ever would expect to be in the finals without like post LeBron. So
exactly.
I mean,
post LeBron and Wade.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, good for them on making it at least and kind of being like one of those top few contenders. But
yeah, crazy enough that Bucks had kind of a. I mean, well, it was against I would say a good team because I think Miami is the first in the Southeast, so they should be high.
Not the first
in the standings
seed right now.
Yeah, for even first seed. Yeah, so I wasn't gonna say this can't be like our boat. But either way, they got lucky because the fact that they held Jimmy to 6, but they still barely won by 1.
Right,
crazy. So it's just like you could say some of his.
Maybe he's a little injured or something. Who knows? That doesn't sound like Jimmy Butler numbers.
It really doesn't. Like I can tell you when the last time Jimmy had 6. So the fact that Tyler, which I would say is another key player, is been for a minute. He was key in their playoff run. For sure. If not, I mean for sure then maybe before then. But yeah, he could be like that 6th man off the bench. The rest of these, like we talked about, Giannis, you still in the league.
Yeah.
Kyle is saying an active personal. Okay, so that sucks they couldn't use him. Victor injury. So yeah, it's like they got a good team for hopefully when it comes around playoffs.
Right.
They'll make a long run again.
Bucks is solid as always though. Can't really look past like their you got to get to like their 6th, 7th person. They're all right. Now I'm finally starting to get to the people that I don't recognize.
Yep. So it's like like after Surge, it's like who's this? Javon, DeAndre, Jordan.
No, because literally the top 7. I guess maybe what the number 6 specifically, like Wesley Matthews. Not 100% sure if I recognize the name, but even
you don't recognize that one.
Nah, I don't think so. Wesley Matthews.
Yeah, he was mostly Utah. Nope, sorry, I take that back. The one season in Utah, that was a great season. But yeah, Utah, Portland, and then he did play a little Dallas. He been all over the place.
Are you seeing these teams on this site here? Or are you just like you just know that shit?
So I just click on the people. Like I write.
Okay, but then where does it say all the teams that they played on?
So you just scroll down some more.
Okay.
And
okay. It says the team he was okay. I see. Career average team. Okay,
averages,
cool.
But it's best to look at. I mean, I guess both should say the same because I'm like career totals.
Yep. No, I feel you.
Averages should be, but yeah, I just go to try to go to the totals to that should be for sure. Like, if you played on the team, then give me all the stats for
right.
Team,
Damn, it's crazy how much better this site is than the ESPN.
Mm-hmm. So
he been around.
Yeah, but yeah, he's on the decline too. Like he was like always I have the potential to be an all-star, but for sure I can be a 6th man. But I felt like he's blessed to be starting. I think on most teams.
Right. Yeah, I never really watched a ton of these teams that he played on, and he never really averaged more than like 15 that many years. Like he averaged like above 15 3 years, and it was never above 16. Or I guess he never hit 17 technically. So it's hard enough keeping track of all the players that can put 20 up, on average. So
Yeah, and then he's going on 36. So it's just
Right. I
like
see
I
the
knew when
numbers
he was
going
on our
down.
team. Yeah, I was like when he's on our team, I was like, I just expect you to be in the corner and hit your threes if you can, like
Yeah.
you did against us back when you was in Utah and in Portland. So, and yeah, and then
Word.
Serge, I think from this point they just really only have him just for the defensive presence, really.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, everybody else, these other ones, not to learn about. But yeah, the same Bucks team that made it to the final.
Yep. I mean, how can you not, bro? They got Grayson Allen. I can't believe he's still playing in the league. Like, good for him. It's
Right,
like you would have
right.
thought that he's just like one of these like little college players, but they just let him play with the big boys still.
Yeah, he would be. Oh yeah, he'd be 31.
Bro, he's 6'4" and he's under
I mean,
200 pounds.
no, not
That's like
30. I'm
really
tripping.
light, right? He's 6'4"
27.
and under 200 pounds. That's super
Yeah,
fucking
right,
light.
right, exactly, right.
Because I was looking at
I can't do math.
earlier when I clicked on Isaiah Thomas because he's 5'9", even though he's not 5'9", but they listed him at 185, and I'm like, I can believe maybe 180, 185 is potentially accurate. So you're telling me that this dude is 7 inches taller and only 14 pounds heavier? He only gets 2 pounds per inch.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
I'm crazy. Like, my boy, you just need to learn from Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, came in skinny as heck, but he put that muscle on.
Yeah,
No
right.
more, no more getting
But hey, at least his numbers
talked
are going
about.
up every year. Yeah, when he came in the league, he was going 6 points. Now then it's 9, 10, 11. So good for him.
Yeah, that's good for him.
Always good to see Serge Ibaka on a basketball team.
Yeah,
It would suck to see him on a football team, so it's good to see him on a basketball team. But it's always good to see the name, I guess. He was definitely like
yeah,
one of
I
my favorite
appreciate
players
it.
back when OKC should have been winning
Yeah,
titles.
yeah, exactly. I was like, as much as they were beating us down, I still was like, I like those three, like
Hey,
the or
Brooke
four.
Lopez, the other Lopez.
Yep, yep. Because I couldn't think of where the other one was, but I was like, I know where
Hmm.
he is. I just can't think of it. Um, but yeah, that was that. So then, speaking of OKC,
Yeah, exactly.
OKC
Exactly.
versus Denver. OKC winning by 12.
Yeah, so this is the one. So why and how? How did you know? Why did you think? What made you call this game of OKC? Because you had OKC.
Oh
So
yeah, right. That's
the plus 13, totally reasonable. The over under, I got lucky on that one, bro. This is my lucky. So not only did you miss only two, but you missed them by a combined of 2 points. So because you only missed this over under by point 0.5 points. This was the over under was 22.5, and the over under the total ended up being 226. So I was like, whoo. So that point 0.5 combined with your other 1.5, meaning you were 2 points away from going 13-0, and a chance where you only could have gotten 13 points, 12 really, but you had the
right.
bonus with the two because that was the one. It's like, why did you think OKC was going to win this game? Basically, is my question.
Yeah. I want to look back to see again if I said because I think we said Jamal was still hurt from last time because he didn't play this time. So
I'm
I
looking,
was like,
but you use first names more than most people, so I assume you mean Jamal Crawford because I don't know any other Jamals in the
yo,
league.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. So,
Oh,
so
Jamal
not
Murray.
Jamal
Yeah.
Crawford, Jamal Murray. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm hoping so like because I mentioned Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell a
Yep.
couple of times. So I was thinking I was like maybe he catches on like remember these for the West Coast kind of like
Right. No,
going towards Midwest.
it's gonna take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need
But
both
yeah.
names.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So Jamal Murray, light skinned guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think was injured on last time, if not, but we had to check tapes again.
I know we talked about him.
And yeah, we did. But I feel like if it would be that only because the fact other than that, like I would not see nothing because I know I talked about SGA
Mm-hmm.
and how he's looking like to be the franchise for that, but all these other people is like who's bringing it, to the table. So I really just took a
Hmm.
chance. I was like Aaron Gordon, Jeff Green were not going to be enough, and Jokic.
Aaron Wiggins is injured. He'd be the only other name that you'd think would be able to bring something on
Oh yeah,
OKC.
no OKC or favors possibly, and like I said with him, like I was like be a
Mm-hmm.
bit more for the
Mm-hmm.
defensive, but
Damn, they
yeah,
only
like
had
OKC.
9 players active. Look at their whole roster is injured. That's crazy.
Yeah, so their starting 5 had to really bring it,
Like, I don't think we've seen yet one time where, like, every single player had, like, minutes. Like, significant minutes, too. Like,
oh, right, exactly.
Like,
right?
their lowest playing player had 13 minutes. That's insane.
Yeah, exactly. That's talk about crippled.
For real.
Benched. Then it's just ironic, right? Like, you see their starting 5, like, most of them double digits. You see Denver is, like, only Jokic.
Right,
the
yeah.
true starting 5. I mean, he's not even true, but, like, the all-star / like, superstar level.
Yeah.
He's like, I did my part. Like, can y'all help me? And it was like bench though. They came through. Like, it was like, well, we tried to make up for it, but
I did click on Aaron Gordon though, and he does not look anything like Eric Gordon. So there's no way those two are related.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, no. But I do feel like Aaron does have a brother in the league.
I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually. I'm sure.
Yeah, we definitely will. But yeah, it's like for sure the OKC side, everybody looks new. SGA he was new to me at a point, but I was like, okay, you look like you the new hot Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody else I don't know. More know about the Denver side, Aaron and Jeff, Jokic, and then Austin River, but he's been so like off the bench. Like, I can be a 6-man if I try hard enough, but
right. It's tough when your dad ain't the coach.
Cousins, that's unfortunate. 6 points.
I saw it. Yeah, it wasn't even worth commenting on, man. Like, he's never really been like, he's always been one of those players who has a bigger name than he does results. Like, it's always like, oh yeah, we're gonna get Boogie Cousins down in the paint. And it's like, okay, and can he stay healthy and can he produce? And the answer is usually no.
Look it up all the way. Just recently, though, just the other day, somebody watch and follow on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
The kid Gowie, he gave him his flowers. He's like, people talk about him, but my man's like, can still bring it sometimes. Because I think he had a 30-point game just recently. Like, he had something better than this. So, yeah, I guess just on this particular day, I don't know if
hopefully
he just wasn't really feeling it, and the coach was just like, I'm gonna try to just use these guys.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause even with him, because I feel like it was just recently, right? Maybe he just got on this team. I feel like the main thing, Jamal being hurt, that's why I chose OKC.
Mm-hmm.
That between that and the fact that I knew SGA, so I know he can bring a decent amount, and hopefully just whoever else do your part.
Well, it was a good one. It got you the bonus, the first +2.
It really did. I was just like, I'm down for it.
Well, let's jump into our last one, then, man. Portland at Phoenix, which was another sorry one. It's like, why can't my teams with the big numbers cover, man? Like, you had the team with the big number, you're covering. My team with the big number, Jazz couldn't cover even close. So you guys needed to win by 13, 14 technically, win by 30, no problem.
Yep.
Swish.
No problem.
Swish. 227.5. Swish 210 because Portland can't put up more than 90 points apparently. So you got two teams that just put up them sorry numbers. It was Portland and Sacramento. Just sorry teams right now. And then Phoenix came through with their whole 12-man roster. Like, most teams are looking for a 6-man. They got a 12-man.
Right. Yeah. No, it is. Yeah, it's looking right. And then crazy enough, it made that even easier, the fact that Lillard didn't play, so have to see what that injury is about. So yeah, it's like, had we known that, like easy, because the only names
that was another 3 for you, man. You got all 3 on a few different games.
Yeah, the only thing that I see is just Josh Hart, who I believe played with us for a quick hot second. Let's see, yep, in his beginning seasons. He's definitely not as light as I remembered. At least in that photo, he's looking.
Damn, bro, Dame is so injured they listed him twice. That's crazy.
Dang, exactly.
They're like, they really want you to know that he wasn't in here.
Right. And then Ben McLemore, which is a sad sight to see. First round 7 picked. back in 2013, coming from Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken, Kansas University.
Mm-hmm.
And it was looking like he might be a hot thing, but
No.
fell off.
No Is Eric Bledsoe any good anymore? I know it's just injured here, but
No, in my book, I would say no. And who's he on?
because it was a while he was. I remember. I think he was like the young hot thing on. Was it Phoenix for a while? Yeah, Phoenix.
Let's see. Did he play in Phoenix?
Bledsoe, yeah, for years. 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons, and he left for Milwaukee. Season came back, so 5 years.
I wouldn't say Clippers, but he might have continued that on. I can't really remember it.
Well, his first 3 seasons were Clippers, and then he went to Phoenix.
Yeah, that's where I remember him. Like whenever I see his name, I just put him in Clippers. And you see how far back that is.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he didn't really pop off on Clippers though. Look at his numbers. He popped off in Phoenix.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Yeah, he definitely didn't pop off. He was definitely in that like I'm a point guard.
I'm here,
Yeah, here for you guys, like and seeing these numbers for Phoenix, like I would have to see some highlights because I'm trying to picture him in a Phoenix jersey.
I'm trying to picture him in a Clippers jersey.
That's funny. Yeah, I clearly see him in the Clipper one, but the Phoenix that I'm not. But yeah, so I would say he's as you see like the averages start to go kind of back down.
Right.
Not too bad though, as when he first started, but it's just like he's what is he? Yeah, 89. So,
yeah, they definitely needed some Dame up in this.
Yeah.
For at the very least for me to get that over under.
Yeah, definitely. So this Joe Ingles guy, I think this is the guy I was talking about earlier. Yeah, so this is where he went. So he went from Utah.
Okay.
I think from Utah. Let's see. Yeah, straight from Utah to here, and I guess he really hasn't played. No, I guess technically, I guess they wouldn't show in the summary his career. Yeah, he wouldn't technically have career averages or totals yet until the season's finished. But
it's kind of funky too. If you look at Phoenix, they listed Chris Paul and Devin Booker both twice in the injury. And they have Frank Kaminsky twice. So like this whole website is getting all messed up here.
All right.
But that's crazy. You can have Chris Paul and Devin Booker injured and still win by 30.
Yeah. I mean, and it's I mean that is a little bit surprising that by 30 at least.
30, yeah.
15.
But to be fair, with Dame is out too though, so like that counters.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I will give him 15 still because it's like I knew Phoenix was good, possibly without like I wouldn't say they were that good without Booker and Paul,
right?
And just only relying on Ayton, the center, So this is it's good on them, if they can keep doing stuff like that.
But if you can get Torrey Craig to give you 13 points a night, what more can you ask for?
Yeah. He was it was him on kind of played a key role for last season. And then everybody that's in the starters, Bridges, Crowder, not this Sean Landry guy, but Cameron Payne, which he really didn't do much this game. He did his assists like he's assigned to do.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was another 3 for you, man. That was a great week.
Yeah.
But we were gonna we didn't mention it yet, but we don't have any really games to pick this week because we came on to our Thursday week and we saw that we have only 2 games. So we didn't really check the schedule this week when we decided what day to record, and we will think of that for future instances. But it's probably not going to matter for anyone watching this right now. We'll just edit in the next picks that we do on top of this. But did you want to just get these 1-2 out of the way while we're here?
Yeah.
I
guess it really wouldn't matter who go first.
I mean, might as well just keep it in line. I think I went first the first time. You went first last time, so I think I'll go first this time. Then you'll go first tomorrow. Because we're gonna we're gonna record again tomorrow, and then we'll just keep being in line. So both these games honestly look pretty tight, pretty similar. Brooklyn at Philly, so that means Brooklyn will get Kyrie because, and then that's gonna be big game too because you got what's his name? That's I think Ben Simmons is gonna be activated for that game too. So the whole roster, I don't know if I want to touch that. But then Golden State at... actually, yeah, give me the other one. Give me the Golden State at Denver. So give me yeah, bro. So let me get the yeah, man. That's too much going on. That's too much emotions and this and that. I don't want anything to do with that. So I will take I'll take the standard, bro. Give me Golden State over to win. Because 220 is low. I don't know why they get. I mean, I feel like at least both those teams can put up 110 points. So.
Yeah. Oh wait. They did. Oh no. Yeah. They did just put. Yeah. They were just put up 107. So, and I was just gonna say. Yeah. I would take the Golden State easily because the fact that I would assume Jamal is gonna still be hurt probably. So this is like one more game without him. It can help the Golden State win. But yeah. So for Brooklyn, Philly. I got it. I'm still learning. Yeah, Joel. What was it? Oh, Joel. Oh. Okay, I get Philly. Yeah,
you got Embiid. You got here. I don't even click. You got Embiid. You got Harden. You got that's it. I don't know. Literally, I'm trying to think. I know they had Kemba, but I know he's injured. At least I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
can I click?
I'm tripping. Yeah, just think Harden and then yeah. I mean, okay, no, not easy. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go Philly. Philly for everything. Under over part. 223.
What a bait!
Right.
They know something we don't.
So that's 111 each. What will they?
To me, that's like such an obvious over that I'm like, bro, they gotta know something that I don't.
Right.
Like, how are you gonna have you're telling me you're gonna have Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Seth Curry, then all these Philly players that we just mentioned on the court at the same time. They're only gonna put up 223 total.
I don't think Kevin, right?
Kevin's on there. He was playing just the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He'd been back.
Okay, because I could have swore it was something else I saw about him. That's why. Okay. Then yeah, I'll go over it then. Okay, because I was like, I'm thinking just only Kyrie and who else? Like Kyrie.
Honestly, I mean, I'm looking at the roster right now, and I'm like, I see Blake Griffin, but I know it's not like an actual player that's on there. I don't know how much Andre Drummond's been doing lately.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben Simmons will be activated, so he will be there playing.
But
I'm pretty sure.
I'm still looking at him like.
Right. Has he played yet any games?
But yeah, it looks like it. Okay. So yeah, I'll go with the over.
Cool.
Because Blake probably give him maybe 10, and then it'd be like on Kevin and hello, is Kyrie on this roster? Oh, there he is. I was like, where's Kyrie?
And on the money line?
For I'll stick with it. So for Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll stick with it.
Cool. Because like as I'm thinking about it, and I can also edit this part out too. Like you wouldn't ever really pick Philadelphia minus 4.5 and then Brooklyn to win because I don't think that can physically both happen. Like yeah. So I guess I should have just assumed,
yeah, because I was like, if I didn't say it, I was like, at least said it in my head. I'm gonna take Philly everything. I was like, but then yeah, the more we start talking about, you was like, KD gonna be there. I was like,
true.
It was like KD Kyrie versus basically point guard James Harden and Embiid. We'll see.
But all right, yeah. So we'll have our one game today. Then we're gonna edit in the other game. So honestly, by the time you guys are seeing this, you're gonna see the next games anyway. So that's that. But for this portion, appreciate you sticking with us. But we'll have another more kind of formal goodbye after all that.
Yeah, definitely that. Yeah, we'll definitely be looking forward and ahead in the schedule because it's just this is a new format we got to get used to. I was just literally thinking about it before we got on. Like, yeah, the NFL one was it's perfect.
It is absolutely perfect. But the thing is, it's here's the only thing that's imperfect about the NFL schedule is it ends and we can't talk about it year round. So we need to do something else. And I know basketball isn't quite as organized and everything, but it has been a lot of fun just watching games again and getting back into the flow of the league. And yeah, it's been cool. It's been cool because the basketball game is one of those things too where like I'll be watching it and like I turn it on and I'm like, damn, this is gonna take 3 hours, and then it's over and I'm like, damn, that was 3 hours like that. So it's never a bad time.
Yeah, and just learning these new players, like I said, like just seeing some teams like the OKC is just like all I know is SGA, and I'm like I just learned about you. I feel like just last year, so had that seemed a little bit I've seen just be like, yeah, I don't know why OKC won this. Like I don't know why I chose this.
Right,
So
right.
just still learning all these rosters and stuff
Exactly.
is cool.
But yeah, it'll be 24 hours for us, but you will see us in new clothes and a new schedule in about a few seconds from your guys' perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
And just like that, we're back. So we got a couple of
Yes,
scores, we got a little bit of NFL news, and we got some games to actually pick up on today.
yes, sir.
So yeah, we had some headlines over the past couple of days. It's been a minute since we got to talk NFL on the show.
Yes, it has. It definitely has. I was just looking earlier. Something just came across me real quick, and it was like, uh, it's something about the date, and it was like September 8th or something like that. Something for like first week, and I was like 6 months, 6 more months.
That's funny. Yeah, that's why we're doing this right now, and who knows what summer will bring, but it's
Yeah,
it's tough not having it, but that's all good. So how'd you feel
yeah.
about your man Rodgers staying in Green Bay?
I mean, I was indifferent because I was like, I like when I made my decision, I was like, what am I gonna do with Green Bay or LA? Like, which team I'm gonna support? I was like, I'm gonna stick to LA, and I mean, I'll still always have a place in my heart for Packers, but I was like, in reality, now it's gonna be. I mean, it was a little bit of both. I'm gonna be an Aaron Rodgers fan still, so wherever he went, just like how you were Tom Brady is, like I go. So
Hmm.
I was like, I wanted to, I wanted him to make some history in Packers because I mean that's where he is. It's been always been his life. Been just have like a Kobe Bryant kind of career where you just be with one organization. But
Right.
but I was like, yeah, it made me no difference. I'm just like, as long as you still play, I
Hmm.
want to see you succeed. So yeah, I was surprised though, like how much it was though. Like yeah, I got paid even more than Mahomes.
Yeah, it seems like
I'm not
some
mistaken.
contracts are there for the player, some are there for the team, and that is one for the player.
Yeah, yeah. They were like, please, Roger, stay. Like don't ever, don't ever have thoughts.
Right.
So yeah, so that was just nice to see.
Well, at least
Um,
what was it they gave? I think we said they Devontae Adams got the franchise tag for a year, so at least he gets his
yeah,
favorite target
yeah,
back.
yep. That because I just watched came across the LA Rams YouTube channel, and when they were showing a journey from beginning to end,
Hmm.
and I was watching it was showing the Ram I mean yeah the Rams Packers, and I was like I really felt like Cobb wasn't a factor like this season, and like it was like kind of like we got him back for nothing, but I actually saw some important plays, and I was like okay, I guess I just forgot that. And it was like
A
and it
lot of
was more
plays in the
along the lines
season.
of yeah, it was just more along the lines of like he just wasn't as big as like as he was when it was like Jordy Nelson and him, like the 1 and 2.
Right.
So, and I thought I was gonna be like Adams, him 1 and 2, but yeah, I don't hopefully around we still keep him around and stuff like that. But yeah, for sure, Adams is the guy to have the tag on because he sat behind them too and
Hmm.
watched and tried to learn and be like, it's my turn, pass the torch.
So I lead with that one because that was like the biggest one for you, but I think the real biggest one would have to be Russell Wilson going over to Denver. I mean
Yes.
that's probably one of the biggest moves we've seen since Brady went to Tampa Bay.
Yeah. 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 I was,
I didn't expect it
I,
either. Yeah, I can
I,
tell that's kind of what you're saying.
yeah, it was like, sure, but I'm no expert. I wouldn't couldn't tell you which team he should have went to. Like
Hmm.
I don't have that quite down. I was just thinking about that too earlier. Like, I never was the biggest whether NBA or NFL when it comes to like cap space and like all the
It's
the
tough,
nitty
yeah.
gritty. Like yeah, like when it comes like to the management side of the sports of teams. I was like, y'all can keep that. I'm trying to learn the player's name and learn the rules
Hmm.
of the game, and now I have passion for that. But that other stuff, I'm not trying to be no future GMs, no,
I was trying to
nothing
look it
like
up
that.
too, like during the season, like when I was, trying to figure out the rules and everything. And it is pretty complicated, like the luxury tax and how far you can be over and this and that, and yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, and I've come across some people who sound like they do. They're talking about when it came to that, and they'd be like, "Yeah, we got this much cap space," and I'm just like, y'all seem like y'all know this like the back of your hand. Like, and I'm like, that's good for y'all, to give you more interest into the sport you love. But
I mean, the cap space, it's weird, man. It's like, we talk our TCG stuff sometimes. It's like, that's like your deck space. It's like your 60 cards. You're only allowed that 60 cards. So if one player costs 30 slots, then that's a that's a pretty big commitment right there.
Exactly.
And it sounds like Aaron Rodgers just got 30 slots, man.
Yeah. I think I can agree with that. So, best of luck though with him.
I heard Denver's got a solid roster. Like every time you hear sports shows, they say that the cliche is something like that. Denver's just a quarterback away. So now we'll see. We'll see if Denver's just a quarterback away.
Yeah.
I'm not happy to have him in my conference now. That's really the part that I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, wait a minute, I hate Denver. Historically, we have not done well against Denver. We have not done well in Mile High. And, I think, was it Elway still runs that? He's still the GM?
I would imagine so.
I'd imagine so as well. And anyone with a head that big, bro, has got to be good at managing a team. Because I don't know if you could fit on my 27-inch monitor right here. It's like one of those shirts. Like every time you see his shirt, it's like he could be like a banker. He's always wearing them banking suits. It's like neck is popping out. He's like, yeah, I just won the Super Bowl. I just won the Super Bowl. My head's so big I can't even fit it in a normal size shirt because I'm too smart. But so and then what else we had? We had Carson Wentz went to the Commanders. It seemed like almost like a perfect fit, man. Like mediocre team, mediocre quarterback, perfect. Let's get it done.
Yep. Let's see if some matches gonna happen next season.
Right.
So,
we already know it ain't. They still got who? Ron Rivera still coaching that team? I want to say.
Possibly, but now that I think about it, I felt like, isn't that crazy? Because wasn't that Taylor Heinicke? Just this past season, right?
Yeah, but he was, like he wasn't like a brand new quarterback. I think he was a Canadian football player who'd like been a journeyman. Like Heineke's like in his 30s. Like he's a new name to us, but he's not young or good or a prospect. He's just someone who was there but new to us.
I was just starting to think about it. I was just like, I wanted to have faith in Taylor because he had his good games, and it was
but he had I feel like he had his good games in the way that Tebow had his good games,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I was like, you're no Cleveland boy, because I was like, not Johnny Manziel, but, Baker, Baker, but you're not that much farther ahead. So yeah, okay, but yeah, that was the other one, and then.
But I think Prime Baker is actually probably better than Heineke was. I mean, Baker can actually make like some pretty big throws, but he just is so injury prone, and he makes such bad decisions that he gets injured.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's the best luck with him. I couldn't tell you what he needs to do, but on the defensive side, I believe he said Khalil Mack.
Yep, Khalil Mack. So
is from Chicago, because I was gonna say Raiders.
Right. Well, I thought you were gonna say Raiders too, because he's from Raiders and then to Chicago, now off to Chargers, which is pretty cool.
Yes, it's definitely cool.
Wait. Don't Chargers already have one of the Bosa brothers?
Yes, because I was gonna say he's gonna match help Bosa, on like the back end, so covering, because he's a linebacker. So
that could be a crazy defense, man.
Yeah. So Joby's gonna be the pass rusher, and he'll be could do quarterback spies, and like doing what he's been doing. I feel like from what I remember seeing him, kind of his name popping up.
If we check him on the Yahoo stats, man, I bet he put his numbers in Chicago too. Coolio.
You said yeah.
Yeah, because he's too good. You can't really block him. I know he was injured for a little while too, though. But when he's on the field, he's pretty hard to stop.
Yeah. When I was looking at the stats earlier, I was like, another net saying he has a total of 15 tackles and only 6 sacks for his whole career. And it was like, no, just for this past season.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, because I was just like, why is this number showing up? Like, but that makes sense though.
Yeah.
So yes, I think he's still fresh.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that'll be exciting for them because they got a pretty young new squad. Like, they got the kind of squad that's so similar to the Bengals that they easily could have been the Super Bowl team. Who knows? Like, any of these hot young teams can just go off. It seems like.
Yeah.
So that he'll definitely help them get there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't think he's definitely not gonna hurt at all.
Mhm.
And it's like, because I was looking at the rest of the defense, I was like, yeah, these rest of these names, I was like, I thought I was gonna notice one, but I was like, I just came to look for Joey, and I see Joey, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we'll
But
see.
we'll bring more NFL updates as they come. The combine just occurred. If maybe we'll review that a little bit between ourselves and bring to the table any interesting names that have popped out, because I don't really hear too much, and I don't really follow it either. It's one of those things where I feel like if something big happens, I feel like I'll hear about it.
Yeah. As far as that's been going, I've been seeing old combines, because the NFL YouTube, imagine it had to be them. They've been, it's I guess, inspired to post
Yep.
key players. So Cooper, Odell.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I've seen those
Yeah,
up there.
like just key people for sure during these past playoffs, and it's just like, if you've never seen the combine, like, here it is, and it was just like, yeah, like, I definitely wasn't watching NFL like this. Say
You know who Rich Eisen is?
it one time.
Rich Eisen. I think he's just like a reporter.
Oh, okay.
But basically they had him
Not
do
good.
they had him doing the 40-yard dash like in a suit and tie and everything. It was hilarious.
Uh-huh. Oh,
And
wow.
I think he was pretty quick, man. He got like, when you watch him run and you're like, man, that's slow. And the guy was like, all right, 6, whatever. And I was like, all right, man, 6 something. That's not bad for a suit and tie.
Yeah,
Dude looked
exactly.
like he's in his 50s or so, maybe. And it's like, all right, pretty good.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I was saying we'll bring more combine scores for players and reporters alike, or combine
Right, yeah.
stats. But you want to go over those couple
definitely.
games we had last night?
Yep.
So that brought so our totals yesterday, you had 19-9-0 after the previous week. I was at 17-11-0, and so then you went 1-2-0. I went 2-1-0. So now we're one game apart. We were 2 games apart yesterday. You were at 20-11-0. I'm at 19-12-0. Because what did you have? You had the first one we'll do. You had Brooklyn at Philly.
Brooklyn.
Now I know you said, we were talking a little bit off the air, that you didn't see this game, and I watched a little bit of the game and the whole highlight thing, and I only saw the end of the game when it was actually happening, but I didn't remember, or I didn't know how big of a lead that I guess Brooklyn just kind of I guess Brooklyn only had like a small lead, and then boom, just
Right.
blew it up.
Yep.
And it's just one of those games, man. It's like,
Gas pedal.
who would I don't know, man. Before the game starts, if you tell me the game's gonna be 129-100, it's like, okay, sure, Philadelphia won, like whatever. So I guess it's really hard to, when Kyrie is only playing half the games, it's hard to factor him in, because it seems like he's been the secret weapon. He's going off. So I don't know like how that's gonna work for the postseason. Like, say they get home court advantage, is he gonna just not play those home games in the postseason? So I guess he can't in New York. It seems like Harden had when I was watching the game, he's only got 11 points for the whole game.
Yeah.
When I was watching, I was like, I don't really feel like I even see him out there. But it's just 'cause
Right.
he wasn't really getting his camera time.
And then Blake didn't even play. What the crazy part was, the Seth Curry. Like, I did check, like I said, at least check the box score. And because when I was like, I thought about it. I was like, when you told me Kyrie be there, I was like, yeah, they're probably gonna end up winning, but maybe, just maybe, maybe 76ers and Harden can do it. I didn't think it'd be at 29, and with the help of Seth.
Yeah, he's been.
Yeah.
I feel like we just started covering kind of the NBA when Seth came back, and he's been putting up numbers, man, like legitimate, like not Steph numbers, but he's been putting up legitimate NBA numbers.
Exactly. Crazy part is, though, see, this is what I expected. The last 3 games he had single digits, 8 or 9, and it is like he had double digits before then, but then it just seemed like he just had a slump, for those 2 games. But I guess that was not too bad. Like, out of, I guess, what is 10 games that they show.
If you click, you just click on their name and you see the last few games.
Yeah, I just click on their name.
I bet Kyrie had mad game log list in March 10th. Okay, so where's Kyrie's? Oh yeah, dude, he had 50 just 2 nights ago, or 2 games ago. And I was like, I knew Kyrie had been dropping some points. 22, 50, 19, 38, 29, 31. So like when he plays, man, he's bringing it. Usually, that's that's that X factor. Durant unguardable, forever unguardable.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like every time you just forget about how tall he is. Like, honestly, because most people that tall are just slower, really.
Yeah.
Like, they're just slower. They're more... I know Kevin's been injured and such, but I was going to just say more fragile in general, because he still moves. I mean, when he's out there, you wouldn't think he's 7... You only can tell that he's 7 foot by having all the other players around him.
Exactly.
Like, if he's just out there, he'd be like, all right, that's a dude, for sure. But when you know that they're all 6'8", 6'9", he's towering over them, it's like, oh my god.
Yep. And he can shoot the 3 ball. It's like, yeah, it's just true.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah, he can
He's
shoot.
Just dangerous stat.
Yeah. But yeah, so Embiid did his damnedest, but it just wasn't enough, man.
Yep. Harris, tried to contribute. Like I said before, like that would be like the third kind of on this team.
Mm-hmm.
Because Millsap didn't even play. DeAndre Jordan's like, he gonna get his, leftover points basically, just whatever he can get.
His scraps.
Yeah, scraps. Yeah, say, and yeah, it's just like James. We definitely.
If Harden's gonna put up 11, then that's that.
Yeah, just can't not against a team with a decent starting 5. Yeah. Can't.
And so then we had Golden State at Denver. Now this is one of those ones where I just kind of looked at the box real quick, and not the box, but just the final score, and I'm like, all right, yeah, kind of that's what I would have hoped for. That's what you expect. And then I'm actually watching the highlights. And Golden State, I feel like at one point in the game they were down like either 14 points or 16, 17 points, like one of those, and like they were down. It felt like up until the right before the half, like they were at a pretty big deficit. It sucks too. Like even when you look at, say, the box, like you're looking at quarter 1, quarter 2, and it's like, oh no, it looks like they were doing pretty good the whole game. It's like, oh actually, okay, no, I guess if you look at it, yeah, going into the half, it was 60 to 59.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, if you on this win probability, if you hover over it, actually tell you the time. And the score. So yeah, by like the beginning of the third quarter, they had like a 10-point lead, and it started kind of growing. Well, they kept going back and forth like 10.
That's pretty dope. I was seeing what that was, and I didn't really fully follow at first. I just kind of saw the graph.
Yeah.
All right, word.
So then that's at 12 points. So yeah, it kept going back and forth like between 10, 12.
Let's see. I think I was paying attention to. Oh yeah. Here's where it was. It was like 74. No, 72. Still like in the 50s. 70, 58, something like that. 72, 60. So yeah, maybe about 14 points, 12 points. But they were. So it's crazy too. Like if you look at like this graph, like they hold it for so long, and then it's like, yeah, Golden State comes back and does it, and then just destroys them.
Yep.
So that's what we're talking about before off camera, how these NBA teams, man, it's like you look at the end score and it's like, all right, that is what it is, but it can really go either way a lot of the time.
Yeah, it really can. Yeah, clearly I told him, I said, I think I can safely say is not a high percentage of whoever gets the lead first, you just keep the lead, and it's just a matter of like how much the lead grows or
right.
lessens. That's really it. But it's usually like they tie eventually once.
Right. It's not like how we've mentioned in the NFL where like if a team takes a 10-0 lead, it's usually game over. Like most of the time. I'm kind of thinking about too is that previous game we were talking about, that 129-100. That kind of has like the bit of a score / feel of a game 1 of like a 7-game series. Like, all right, one team just wasn't ready. And the other team was, and that's just all it was. Because the next game 2, is never, ever. It's always like, if the first game is 129-100, the next game's always like 95-98. Like, it's never a blowout. So I feel like that's just an anomaly with, that 29-point victory from the 4.5-point underdog. Yep.
I definitely agree.
I wanted to say though, I felt like my the unsung hero, or like not the unsung hero, I'm sorry, but the hero of this game was I never heard the name before, but Jordan Poole. Like they just kept like over and over and over again. I'm looking now and he had 21 points, and it's like, yep, not surprised because he's on Golden State. And I'm like, never heard the name before tonight, but that was the flavor of the day.
Let me click back here. So I heard of it. But
he's only 2 years in the league.
Yeah.
I guess 3 now. Drafted in 2019.
But I couldn't say like how consistent who you'd be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, looking at his past 6 games, he's been averaging 20. Oh damn! And he put up a 30 bomb. in one of those. So who knows? Maybe he's finding a stride.
Yeah, I know Curry will hope so.
Right. But it was crazy because like they kept Curry kept kicking it out deep, and I'm like, huh? Like it just didn't look right. Like, you know, Curry got to drive to the basket and then facilitate almost in like a Rondo Westbrook way to himself. So it was pretty.
Right,
it didn't look fair. Like once they got it going, it really.
Exactly.
Some of the shots Curry was making too really was just. It's like he doesn't even need to stop moving. Like you can't let him have the ball at all. It's just not even. It really does look like you're watching a human being who's playing the game with cheat codes just turned on. Like just if he can get the ball up, it's auto aim. Like it's aimbot.
Yeah.
Like it's going. It's targeted homing missile in heat target sensor.
Yeah. And that basket is as hot as the sun.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way. No way the ball's not losing its pathway.
Yep. I know Clay only had 18, and you say only 18 for someone like Clay, but
exactly.
he was schmooving too though out there. Same with like Andrew Wiggins seemed like he was doing too. I mean, he played 33 minutes and only had 7 points, but I feel like if you do that, they put you out there just for either your defense or your presence. Kind of an all around box. You know, you got your 4-5, 3-7. You can't really complain about that.
Yeah, he he is, you know, he's first draft, you know, 2014. So unfortunately, it was one of those where it's just like, all right, you didn't. You're
not one of them.
Right.
Right.
You didn't turn out like we thought you would. And I mean, he's been doing this double digits, kind of average, between 10 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this one was just a little off. So, of course, he's always good for a defensive presence because I think that's what's kind of kept his stock high for him.
Yep.
It's just like I'm still good on the defense because I think he's 6'8", and I'm thinking 6'7", so that's some decent height, you know, for forward. And Go Stat always can use that on the defensive end because you don't want to just always be just a score.
Right, you need somebody.
Ball. Yeah.
But on the Denver end, Jokic just like couldn't quite do it all himself. Like you could tell that he was wearing himself down. They put him on the bench. It was one of those situations where we've mentioned before, like if your front five can only do so much and your bench can't hold up their end of the bargain, then you just usually lose the game.
Yep. He's truly missing Murray and Porter. So,
you
know, this Monte Morris, what did he do last game? 20. So, you know, they had back-to-back games, and he got one less point. You know, he tried to do his best.
My man Jeff Green was he was putting in effort. He was getting them and ones, but it was too little, too late.
Exactly.
Cousins too. He was kind of going hard in the paint. He is still such a big presence. Like when he's there, he just seems like he's either I don't know how to word it. Like not injured, but maybe like afraid of being injured, or like not quite how. Because I never really watched DeMarcus a lot in his career. Because he was always on Sacramento, and it's like, who watches Sacramento?
Right. Exactly.
So I don't know if like that was where like he was in his prime, and we kind of like missed a lot of him. But the name, you can see the glimpses of like why he has clout, but he's clearly not bringing you them like
I
big
want to
games.
say it was an injury.
I know he was injured for a while, but I'm just saying like, I'm not saying he's injured right now. I'm just saying
no.
I feel like he's maybe afraid of getting injured. I know he's a big man, but when he comes down with the ball, it's like he's bigger than LeBron. So you kind of got to get out of his way.
Yeah, because it's interesting how he is only getting 13. Like like I had mentioned to you. Matter of fact, let me just go see the guy because I just saw his post. How he had like a nice like 20 or 30 point game, and the guy on Instagram was like, "I'm gonna give him his flowers now because like people stay disrespecting you throughout your career." And it's because of off the court stuff and on the court, but you're still good. Like,
right?
Yeah, he had a 31. Yeah, like about 6 days ago, about a week ago, 31 points against the Rockets, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. So, and that was first 30 points since 2018. So it's just like, yeah, like
against the Rockets, though, man, anyone can get 30 points against the Rockets. You're like, yeah. I want to see how many Lakers got 30 points against the Rockets. Y'all just played them not too long ago, man. Bro, that was. Did you watch that game? That was a tough game because I was watching. You guys are coming back forth. Then overtime started, and it seems like all y'all went to the locker room and like forgot to play the rest of the game. It was like 12-0 run to start overtime over in 1 minute. And like, why are you gonna play the first 48 minutes if you're gonna play minute 49 like that?
Exactly. I'm like, I seen LeBron pass up on to go before going into overtime. He passed up the layup that because it was a reverse.
Kicked it out to Carmelo. And Carmelo's got the dumbest look on his face too when he misses that shot. He's like, it's like, bro, why are you happy you missed? You dumbass. Like, I'm thinking that all those people who are like, yo, now I got to go back to work because you can't make a basket. Like, now I got to play for 5 more minutes. All of us got to play for 5 more minutes because you couldn't make that shot. And Carmelo's just like, I'm Carmelo Anthony. Everyone loves me.
Exactly. Everybody still love me.
It's like, no, bro. Shut up. You can't smile when you when you miss the shot. Like, that's...
Exactly.
You want to jump into some of these new games? We got a lot. We got 10 to go through.
Yep.
I picked first yesterday. You get to pick first out of this list of 10 here. Exciting weekend of Friday basketball to start us off.
Okay. I got to take my team, Lakers.
Okay.
Please. Please. So, Lakers, favorite thing, the spread. Well, I guess, yeah, so the spread. And then the 228, 114, I'm going to say under.
Yep.
And then Lakers still win.
Cool. Fair. Let's see. Okay, if we're going to stick with that, then allow me to go with my Boston.
All right.
But I think I'm going to have to go my Boston to I don't know if I'm ready to give up 14 points, man. Like, I'm going to take them to win the game. That's 100. But all right, so I got to go. I'll take this Detroit at Boston, but let me get them 14 points for Detroit. That cuz I know that Brooklyn just won by 30 points, but man, it's hard to I like points. So I'm going to stick with that. It's burned me a couple times, but let me take the 14 points. I'll take over 216. 216 is a pretty low number. So let's go over 216. And I got to take Boston to win, though. I got to take my boys to win.
Right. Do I want to do that? I guess I'll give them a try. I'll take the Clippers.
Taking the 6 points?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 228. Yeah, I think under.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them for the win.
Okay. Cool. So I will take San Antonio plus 7. Let's go with under 230.5 and Utah to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Seems safe.
The Phoenix or the 6, and then 221, 110. I'll stick with under. In
an under mood tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's stick with it. And then Phoenix winning.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's crazy too, man. Like 221, like they are so good with these numbers too. Like, and you would think they just kind of throwing darts at the board. You got 209, 230. It's like, man, how do you know? But then we've looked so many times. It's been 0.1. Like, you were 0.5 the other day. You were basically 2 points from going undefeated. So they know what they're doing. All right, so we've taken the bottom 3. Let me take. Okay, I'm gonna go with Hornets. I'm gonna give up the 2.5, so I'll take Charlotte all the way basically. But 229, bro. I'm gonna have to join you on that under train, man. 229 is a big number. That's damn near 230. So let's go under with that. Charlotte to win.
Okay. I think this is the safer pick, so I was gonna choose the Dallas Houston, but I was like, Miami Cleveland. So yeah, we're gonna take. I think Jimmy's still there. So Miami for the 5.5 and over on the 209. I think.
Yeah, that's the easiest over of the night. Damn, bro.
Yeah, I feel like
That might be the lowest total we've seen yet. 209.5.
Possibly. I have to look back, but over on that, and then Miami with the win.
All right. I'll take your. You know what, bro? I'll take the whole bet on the on this Texas rivalry. Give me Dallas. I'll swallow the 11 points. I'll give up 11 points. This may be the hardest total I've seen yet. 225.5. They just had to throw that 0.5 in there. You know what, man? Whenever I can't decide, here's my logic, and I've heard this before, and I like it. Rooting for the over means you're rooting for a high-scoring game, and you're rooting for a lot of action. So when I don't know, I'm just going to root for the over. So let's go with the over, and let's go with Dallas to win.
Yeah, I feel like that the over is a safe bet.
Yeah, it's always good to. You're either rooting for offense or you're rooting for defense. So let's root for some offense. And it's against Houston, man. No, yeah. Against Houston, you gotta be. Because even when I was watching like that Lakers game, like, bro, Lakers are putting up 120 on them easy. Because they didn't put up any points in overtime. So.
Yeah. All right, we won't talk about that no more. All right, so we got New York, Memphis, and Minnesota, Orlando, right?
Mm-hmm. The two big M teams.
Easy. Memphis, hello. Ja.
Yeah.
So I'll take the 9.5 and definitely under the 230. And then Memphis to win. I'm
going to be joining you there. So I think this is the last game, right?
Yeah, last game.
Yo, well, shout out to us for flying through it.
Yeah.
So I'll take let me go with, man, Orlando burned me last time, so hell no. Let's go with Minnesota under that 233, that chunky monkey 233 in Minnesota to win.
I don't think y'all doing it.
Yeah, I think that we may have had the highest, the lowest, and the hardest totals tonight.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
but cool, man. And I was even thinking too, since we're talking about the Discord thing, the Discord link and everything. If you want, maybe we do some Discord picks this week. We can chime in on the server on maybe we'll check the schedule, because today we're recording for Thursday for Friday games. Maybe check it on Saturday or Sunday, and we don't have to even do the whole board. Just maybe do a couple 3 picks or something, add it to the list. So then when we record next time, we got a couple extra.
Yeah,
and that way y'all join us, come in that Discord, hop out, let us know what your picks are, because we will be in there and talking some of that new NFL news. I'm sure more NFL stuff's going to drop over the weekend.
Yeah, how much so. If not for sure by the next time we record. So, link will be in the description for the Discord, as always.
But yeah, if you guys are enjoying, thank you so much. Give us that like, share it with someone that you know who likes to hear people talk ignorantly about sports and make yourselves feel better about knowing more than we do.
Exactly. I mean, maybe you know just as much. I will hope you could at least be better at us with these players, because definitely that's the one area.
Right. It was funny too, man. Like when we were able to hop back into that NFL talk, I was like, oh my god, thank the Lord. I feel so much more comfortable just talking NFL than I do NBA.
I feel like home.
Right. But we'll get there.
Yeah, we definitely get there, and I look forward to it. Cause it's exciting. Like I always had love for NBA still. And it's still exciting to see who the newer players coming in, because I don't know if I'll ever get to following college basketball like that.
Right.
So I will learn on draft day and lean from there into the rest of their careers. That's how
I can maybe get down with some March Madness. Maybe we'll try and squeeze some of that in this year or something. Who knows?
Yeah. Because that should be happening right now, right? But I feel like it's not as big as last season, because I think
it happens closer towards the end of the month.
Because that's what I was trying to remember, because I was like, it's been a minute since I watched
you're right though. We should be hearing about it. It is March and it should be madness, but we'll get back to you with all the cool sports action.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, that's it. Just hopefully see you in the Discord. And catch you next time.
Yeah, man. Maybe
Have a
we'll
good.
try to like, because we got some kind of more ideas we're gonna do with ourselves. Maybe if we get it set up like on that extra site, maybe we can include some of the viewers too. Maybe run some contests with everybody.
Yeah, yeah. We have came across something and we don't know how exactly it works, but
Yeah.
hopefully is something that'd be fun, interesting.
Exactly.
More interaction.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
More
So
more victory and more defeat. That's what we're here for.
yeah. Yeah, definitely that. Because I'm not losing anything here. So just pride and dignity and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
man,
okay.
that's almost more than the money sometimes, man. You put your word on the
Yeah.
line, and then if it's wrong, it's wrong. You got to be wrong forever, for as long as YouTube wants to keep these videos up.
Exactly. You'll be like, you remember that one video? I was totally wrong. Let's
Right.
take that down.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta make me look perfect.
Until next time.
Yep. This is.